I mean, this answer's easy. To me, Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer in the history of the sport, not just now, and he's definitely the greatest scorer of those four guys today. He is a 7-foot-tall player who plays like a guard, who can shoot from 30 feet. He's one of the most, if not the most efficient jump shooter in the history of the league. He's a metronomic 50-40 guy over the course of his career. And when you combine his size, I mean, you see the jump shot here. There's been nobody ever that we've seen can have the combination of skills and ability that Kevin Durant has. I mean, the only thing you could arguably question him over the course of his career is that he didn't shoot enough, because he's been a guy that's been very content to be somewhere in the high 20s, averaging topping up around 30 in his career. If he wanted to have a Kobe Bryant 2005 season and score 35, 36 points, he could easily do that. But he's never really pushed himself to be that kind of player. He'd rather operate within the offense and get himself 28 points on 50-40 shooting. It's why, to your point before, Courtney, he is going to be such a great fit in Houston, because he's replacing Jalen Green, who was a wildly inefficient, not very good lead scorer. And now they replace him with Kevin Durant. It's a big part of why the Rockets are going to be a team that is truly a contender this year in the Western Conference. And yeah, I think KD is not only the best of those four scorers right now, I truly think he's the greatest scorer from his combination of skills that we've ever seen in the sport of basketball.
Kevin?
I'm not going to be Magic Homer and go off menu with Paolo Banchero, just to cut that off.
Well, it wasn't on the list anyway.
I could have done it. I could have forced it.
Would not have been qualified.
I'm going KD here. He's getting better at some things, okay? Last year was his third highest effective field goal percentage, second best three-point percentage of his career. Everything Tim said is correct, which is a great rebound because the Miles Turner point was so terrible on the last segment. But he's just... in some cases getting better. He's going to be part of a championship contender, which I'm not sure you can say for a lot of these guys. He's going to be at the forefront of the sport next year, even at his advanced age. I love him.
Welcome to Elite Hoopers, where today we've got a trade that will be talked about for years to come. You might think you've seen it all in the world of NBA trades, but trust me, this one is different. In a deal that completely rewrites the record books, Kevin Durant, one of the greatest players in NBA history, has been traded to the Houston Rockets in the largest trade deal the NBA has ever seen. We're talking 7 teams, 13 players, and several draft picks, and all of it went down in one monumental, game-changing move. This trade isn't just about the future of the Houston Rockets, it's about reshaping the balance of power in the NBA for years to come. So, how did this all unfold? What does it mean for Durant's legacy, for the Rockets, for Phoenix, and for the rest of the league? Let's break it down, piece by piece, and explore just how impactful this historic move is. Section 1. The record. Breaking 7. Team trade. A historic moment for the NBA. Let's talk about the trade itself. This is a trade that's never been seen before. 7 teams involved, 13 players changing teams, and multiple future draft picks making their way across the league. This is the NBA's biggest trade ever, hands down. Here's the breakdown of the teams involved. Phoenix Suns, Durant's old team. Houston Rockets, Durant's new home. Atlanta Hawks, Brooklyn Nets, Golden State Warriors, Minnesota Timberwolves, Los Angeles Lakers. The total number of players involved: 13. That's right, 13 players in one deal, marking an unprecedented level of complexity and logistics for the NBA to handle. The massive deal includes everything from proven stars to promising young talent, alongside an array of draft picks that will impact the league's future for years to come. But this isn't just about the quantity, it's about the ripple effects this deal will have. The Phoenix Suns lose one of their biggest stars in Durant, but they gain young talent in return. The Rockets, meanwhile, upgrade their roster with 2-time NBA champion Durant, alongside Clint Capella, a former Rocket who's now back to bolster their defensive frontcourt. Section 2. Durant's career, one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. Let's take a deeper dive into the impact of Kevin Durant joining the Houston Rockets. Durant isn't just a former MVP, is one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. In case you've been living under a rock, here are some of the key highlights of his career. 15-time All-Star, 4-time scoring champion, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, 30,571 career points, making him the 8th highest scorer in NBA history, averaging 27, 2 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists over his career. He's one of just 6 players in NBA history with career averages of at least 25 PPG, 7 RPG, and 4 APGA club that includes legends like Wilt Chamberlain, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James. Durant's skill set is unmatched. His combination of size 6'10", athleticism, and ability to score at will makes him an absolute nightmare for opposing defenses. He can shoot the three, attack the rim, and play lockdown defense when needed. In his 2024-2025 season, Durant posted 26 points, 0 rebounds, and 2 assists per game, along with the second highest three-point percentage, 430 among players, who averaged at least 2 three-pointers made per game. Let's not forget his Olympic dominance, where he's a 4-time gold medalist. The guy's been there, done that, and he's still at the top of his game at age 36. Houston just got even more dangerous. Section 3. What Kevin Durant brings to the Houston Rockets. So, what exactly is Durant bringing to the Houston Rockets? The answer is everything. The Rockets are a team on the rise, and Durant is the perfect player to push them into the upper echelons of the NBA. Houston has already been a strong contender in the West, finishing with the second-best record in the Western Conference last season at 52-30. However, their playoff run ended prematurely with a first-round exit. Durant changes everything. His scoring prowess, defensive abilities, and leadership will instantly elevate Houston's chances of not just making it to the playoffs, but competing for a championship. With Durant joining forces with the talented Alperen Sengun, the Rockets now have a high-scoring frontcourt that can dominate on both ends of the floor. Clint Capella, who also came over in the trade, will provide the defensive presence that the Rockets lacked in their playoff series, offering elite rebounding and rim protection. Imagine a starting five of Durant, Capella, Sengun, Jalen Green, and Fred VanVleet. That's a serious team that can compete with anyone in the NBA. Section 4. Phoenix Suns. Moving on from Durant and the future ahead. While Durant's trade to Houston is a win for the Rockets, it's a bit of a blow to the Suns. Durant was one of the key players in Phoenix's recent success. But now, the team must retool and focus on their future. The Suns received Jalen Green, one of the NBA's brightest young stars, who will bring much-needed scoring and energy to the team. They also received Dillon Brooks, a player known for his gritty defense and scoring ability, and Kaman Maluak, a promising young center. This trade signals that Phoenix is focused on the future, even though they lose a generational talent like Durant. The Suns have a solid foundation with Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and now Green and Brooks. But the loss of Durant will sting. Can they still compete in the stacked West with this new roster? Only time will tell. Section 5. The impact on the rest of the league. How this changes the NBA landscape. Let's zoom out a bit and talk about the bigger picture. The 7-team trade has massive implications for the entire NBA landscape. With Durant joining the Rockets, the Western Conference is about to become even more competitive. Houston is now a legitimate contender, alongside teams like the Denver Nuggets, Golden State Warriors, and Dallas Mavericks. Every team will have to adjust their strategies in response to this new powerhouse in Houston. But it's not just about the Rockets. Phoenix, for all the assets they received, will need to reconfigure their game plan. Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks will have big shoes to fill, and it'll be interesting to see how they gel with Booker and Beal. Conclusion. What's next for Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets? Now that Durant is officially a member of the Houston Rockets, the question remains, what's next? Will Durant's arrival be the final piece of the puzzle that propels Houston to an NBA championship? With Durant leading the charge, and a young core of players like Sengun, Green, and Capella, the Rockets look ready to take the next step in their quest for greatness. Can they make it to the NBA Finals? Will Durant's experience and championship pedigree be enough to get them over the hump? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the Rockets are no longer a team to sleep on. What do you think? Did Houston just become the team to beat in the West, or did Phoenix make a smart move for the future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates here on Elite Hoopers.